Chris Bowling.
And Brad Johnson.
Bottom line Thursday, Brad. What do you have for us today?
I've got an interesting one. So I'm gonna pose a question like a riddle.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
So how do you think an oil company can impact your benefit plan?
Oh man.
That's a stump.
If you think oil's in about everything, I guess costs go up because oil's higher.
Look at that.
There you go.
I have nothing good.
This was a stumper.
Brad, why don't you tell us? Because
I think I'll just tell you, because this wasn't fair
soon
for me to do to you out of the cold like that. So there's a case you might start to hear about called the Chevron case.
Okay.
And big oil company. And we'll probably see, got gas there, all that good stuff. It goes back to 1984. And apparently it was a very pivotal case because it was an environmental case that what happened, and I'm getting a little bit of a rabbit hole, but it'll make sense in a second.
Okay.
They found that the regulations written, the law, was unclear on something. And so Chevron challenged it to say the law does not specifically state we can or can't do this. It was, clear, gray, or not clear, all that good stuff. So the Supreme Court said at that time, we're going to defer to an agency, and whatever they say the law means, we're going to go with that. And that really set the precedent all these years later to give agencies tremendous power basically to interpret law. Hey, if it's not clear in the statute, we can create our own. Well, the Supreme Court just overturned that to say, no, agencies aren't charged with creating law or interpreting law. That's the court's job.
Got it.
So yeah, they're just there to fulfill what's been passed. Like they just execute.
Yeah. And so it's going to put probably greater pressure on lawmakers to pass laws that are more precise. It's going to take away a lot of discretion that these regulatory bodies have.
Right.
And so it will impact all aspects of probably any industry, but I picked on ours just because you think about health and human services will come down with regs that impacts all of us. Those could now be subject to a court challenge if a company or organization just felt, show me exactly in the regs that this says we can't do this. Think about wellness, think about all these sections.
Well, you just think, we're how many years past the Affordable Care Act being passed, and there's still things that are not clear because it was written by a bunch of lawmakers that didn't think far enough ahead. I'll say that with confidence that now they're going to have to understand what it is that they're passing. So that could be a little dicey, but I think it will improve things.
It'll be interesting. So it's called the Chevron case.
Okay.
And yeah, it's one of those bizarre things we ran across, but I do think it'll have a big impact.
Yeah, it's gonna, unfortunately, I bet the courts are just going to be flooded with lawsuits, counter lawsuits of, hey, I paid this fine and it's not clear,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very cool. I love it. Thank you, Brad.
Yeah, there's the answer to the riddle.
I appreciate it.
I was way off. All right. We'll see you.
Good stuff.
See you. Thanks, guys.
See ya.